Look at Bodhidharma's pictures. He must have been one of the most beautiful men. That he was otherwise is not possible, because whenever a man becomes enlightened, a beauty descends, a beauty that comes from the beyond. A blessing comes to his whole being. But look at Bodhidharma's picture. He looks ferocious and dangerous. He looks so dangerous that you will be scared if he comes to visit you in the night. Never again in your life will you be able to sleep. He looks so dangerous, as if he is going to kill you. It was just disciples laughing at the master, creating a ridiculous portrait that looks like a cartoon. All Zen masters are depicted in a ridiculous way. Disciples enjoy it. But those portraits carry a message that Bodhidharma is dangerous. That if you go to him, he will kill you, that you cannot escape him, that he will follow you and haunt you. Wherever you go, he will be there unless he kills you, he cannot leave you. That is the message depicted with all Zen masters, even Buddha. If you look at Japanese and Chinese paintings of Buddha, they don't look like the Indian Buddha. They have changed him totally. If you look at Indian paintings of Buddha, his body is proportionate. A big-bellied Buddha? He never had a big belly. But in Japan, in his paintings and his scriptures, he is painted with a big belly because a man who laughs must have a big belly. Belly laughter, how can you do it with a small belly? You cannot do it. They are joking with Buddha and they have said such things about Buddha. Only very deep love can do that, otherwise it looks insulting. The Zen master Bankei always insisted on having a painting of Buddha, hanging behind him and talking to his disciples. He would say, "Look at this fellow. Whenever you meet him, kill him immediately, don't give him a chance. While meditating he will come to disturb you. Whenever you see his face in meditation, just kill him then and there, otherwise he will follow you." And he used to say, "Look at this fellow, if you repeat his name, because Buddhists go on repeating, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddhaya. If you repeat his name, then go and wash your mouth." This statement seems insulting. It is Buddha's name and Bankei says, if you repeat it, the first thing to do is wash your mouth. Your mouth has become dirty. But he is right, because words are words, whether one is the name of Buddha or not makes no difference. Whenever a word crosses your mind had become dirty. Wash out even Buddha's name. And this man, keeping the portrait of Buddha always behind him, would bow down to it every morning. So his disciples asked, "What are you doing? You go on telling us to kill this man, not to allow him to stand in the way. You say, don't take his name. Don't repeat it if it comes to you, wash out your mouth. And now we see you bowing down to him." Bankei said, "All this has been taught to me by this fellow, so I have to pay him respect." Mahakashyap laughed, and his laughter carried many dimensions within it. In the second dimension, laughter at the foolishness of the whole situation. At the Buddha silent, and nobody understanding him, everybody expecting him to speak. His whole life Buddha had been saying that the truth cannot be spoken, and still everyone expected him to speak. In the second dimension, he laughed at Buddha also, at the whole dramatic situation he had created, sitting there with a flower in his hand, looking at the flower, creating so much uneasiness and restlessness in everybody. At this dramatic gesture of Buddha, he laughed and he laughed. The third dimension was to laugh at his own self. Why couldn't he understand before now? The whole thing was easy and simple. And the day you understand, you will laugh too. Because there is nothing to be understood. There is no difficulty to be solved. Everything has always been simple and clear. How could you miss it? With Buddha sitting silent, the birds singing in the trees, the breeze passing through, and everybody restless, Mahakashyap understood. What did he understand? He understood that there is nothing to be understood, there is nothing to be said. There is nothing to be explained. The whole situation is simple and transparent. Nothing is hidden in it. There is no need to search, because all that is here and now, within you. He laughed at his own self also, at the whole absurd effort of many lives. Just to understand this silence, he laughed at so much thinking. Buddha called him, gave him the flower, and said, Karabai, I give you the key. What is the key? Silence and laughter. Are the keys silence within, laughter without? And when laughter comes out of silence, it is not of this world, it is divine. When laughter comes out of thinking, it is ugly, it belongs to this ordinary, mundane world, it is not cosmic. Then you are laughing at somebody else's cause. And it is ugly and violent. When laughter comes out of silence, you are not laughing at anybody's cause. You are simply laughing at the whole cosmic joke. And it really is a joke. That's why I go on telling jokes. Because jokes carry more than any scriptures. It is a joke because inside you, you have everything. Yet you are searching everywhere. What else should a joke be? You are a king and acting like a beggar in the streets. Not only acting, not only deceiving others, but also deceiving yourself that you are a beggar. You have the source of all knowledge. And you are asking questions, you have the knowing self, and think that you are ignorant. You have the deathless within you and are afraid and fearful of death and disease. This really is a joke, and if Mahakashyap laughed, he did well.